What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Crypto here. Time to talk Binance and Crypto.com. Have the tables finally turned? We saw a massive outflow from Binance. Where did that money go? And what has Chris Marszalek got to do with the BlackRock ETFs? All of that in this video. And if you're bullish on cryptocurrency and Crocoin, you know what to do. Smash that like button. That's how I know you enjoy this sort of content. So I can bring you more videos every single day on this topic. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're on our way to 20K by the end of the year. And with that being said, let's take a look at where Crocoin, or the Cronos coin, currently sits. The 30th highest ranked cryptocurrency, up 11.68% on the day, and actually moving in the last hour. Now, we did see a bit of a market cool off. We saw Bitcoin try and break that kind of upper ranges of the 38,000. Didn't quite get there, got to about 37.8, pulled back. But look at this when you talk Crow, market cap $2.39 billion, up 11%, and likewise 35% up on volume, still only at 31.6 million. Here's the thing you need to understand. Could Crow truly flip BNB in terms of transactional volume? It's never, in my opinion, going to get to the price of BNB purely because of the supply. However, there could be an absolute win coming very, very soon. A lot of people truly believe we're going to see all-time highs with Crow. We're going to see a massive influx of people coming to the Crypto.com exchange, and more importantly, just going to really build out their entire ecosystem. So what do we have? Well, obviously we got that news about CZ ultimately being stepped down as part of the deal, that $4.3 billion fine. And as you would expect, there is a potential in the air. So Crypto.com, things like Mexi, a lot of these other exchanges are trying to put their case forward as to why you should use them. Chris Marszalek here, on a couple of instances actually, is giving his view on a number of things and ultimately trying to position Crypto.com in that forefront runner for the business coming out of Binance. He says the only path to preserve the rights of the individual, talking about centralization and decentralization, which one is best? And we did talk about that on my Twitter space that we have every single Friday, so definitely tune in for that. But this was the big one. He says it's great to see a major overhang removed. Bodes extremely well for the market. Looking forward to the next chapter of its development, led by companies with the required regulatory setup. And Chris Marszalek has gone on a number of times and talked about how the licenses that Crypto.com get, how he ultimately is trying to do the right thing by his holders and be legal. We see it with Brian Armstrong over at Coinbase as well. And maybe it's ushering in a new world. They were very clear from the DOJ yesterday, which says if you move in illicit ways, you will be caught and prosecuted. And I think that's very important. So what does that have to do with anything? Well, we do know that the SEC did meet with BlackRock and Grayscale on Monday. This was before the announcement about Binance. And I think the point that Chris Marszalek is making here is that CZ was sort of in the way. He was the ultimate advocate for regulation, or even just to be audited to the point where that it could be used as this ETF price. As the world's largest asset manager now appears to be one step closer to offering a revolutionary Bitcoin product to investors, as BlackRock has reportedly met with the US Securities and Exchange Commission to work out more details on its proposed spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund. Now, if you remember, they were asked to go away and rewrite a proposal to allow it to be done in cash rather than in kind. This is supposedly the proposal that has kind of been put through. So again, you think about the timelines of how this works. The SEC meets with Grayscale and they meet with BlackRock, and then the day later, CZ Binance is removed from his exchange, stepped down, and no longer allowed to partake in that. And then Chris Marszalek giving his view in terms of regulation. A lot of people actually thought CZ was in the way. A lot of people were in the world that, you know, CZ was kind of the person that was putting the brakes on these ETFs, and it's very strange that we see that that is a thing that they met on Monday, and then a few days later, the Binance news came out. Now, what's even more interesting is that Binance saw a huge amount of outflows from its exchange. Now, we don't quite have the data yet. It is still a lagging indicator. We get it in about 2 days' time. We'll see the full extent of what outflowed from Binance. We do know roughly that there was a significant amount of money that was came in out of that exchange. Up to about $1 billion came out of Binance, and then it has to go into other exchanges. And I've always talked about Crypto.com positioning itself for easeability to get into, and has a platform in which I think people would like to use. But it says the withdrawals are fairly above average, but not usually large on a weekly basis. Analysis of net hourly flows from the on-chain data from Crypto Quant shows data from the June Analytics dashboard. 2.37 billion in various tokens left the exchange, but some 1.78 billion in tokens were deposited. And again, here's the thing where you've got to take this data in kind of it for what it is. 1.78 billion were deposited. This is probably people moving from a non-custodial wallet into Binance to get out there. We do know the number in and around that $1 billion mark. Specifically, we see FalconX withdrew the most, $83 $3 million out of that Binance exchange. So what does it mean? Does it mean Binance is going under? Does it mean Crypto.com is going to be the forefront? Well, ultimately, you take a look at what's going on in terms of some of the price action. BNB actually holding up pretty well. They've brought an incredibly savvy regulatory CEO in on Binance, and actually this has got to be a good thing for the space. You've got Brian Armstrong at Coinbase, who is heavily restricted and audited, and is going to be part of these ETFs. We also have Chris Marszalek at Crypto.com, who is a big advocate for regulation and ensuring that things are done right. And now we have the new CEO of Binance that will fall into that same sort of category. And that's why we see such a bullish move in the cryptocurrency market with a 4.67% move on Bitcoin. And CRO looks like it could even break 10 cents. Now it has got to get under this trend and break through, but looking very good. There's the bottom that the market brought in. CRO absolutely sending it. We could even get on the short term this bullish divergence, this red line coming over the yellow line as this continues, would give us a significant price increase if we continue to see the move in line with the market. Now, if we were to get any ETF announcement, well, guess what? The cryptocurrency market would pretty much go insane, and I would expect CROcoin to be tapping on the door of 15 cents very, very quickly. However, let me know what you think of all this news. Are you still bullish on CROcoin? And do you think that CRO on Crypto.com could truly flip the Binance exchange? I'm always interested to know your thoughts. And if you haven't already, smash that like button if you want to see more CRO content on the channel, and subscribe for more and daily content in this cryptocurrency revolution that we're all being part of. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.